One WNBA player who does not hate Caitlin Clark is Sophie Cunningham. How do I know? Well, she said it herself. It's not even the first time she said it. I neglected to cover this the other day, but it did really well on Women's Fastbreak on SI. Check the link in the description. And therefore, I thought it was worth revisiting. And, Sophie was asked by Travis Hearn, why everyone hates Caitlin Clark.
Why does everybody hate Caitlin Clark? And do you
Oh
and do
my
you
God.
and do you hate Caitlin Clark? Come on,
No,
talk to
dude.
me.
Absolutely not. I think that she's a gem. I didn't know her, but All-Star Weekend, we kind of bantered back and forth a little bit. And she's lovely. She has a lot of pressure on her shoulders. And I think a lot of people always have a lot to say with people they don't even know or shoes they've never been in. And for me, I think she's handling the pressure very well. She's doing a lot of great things for women's basketball. And I'm a fan. Like, I would love to play with her one day.
So she would love to play with her. Remember that was the rumor at All-Star Weekend that the Mercury recording Caitlin Clark, and Sophie Cunningham was out there on the court with her, and people were trying to read lips and everything like that. And Cunningham, obviously a good player, good shooter. She's under contract with the Mercury, I believe, for another season. So it's not like she's on the Fever free agency radar this year. But that's not only, the only time she's been complimentary of Caitlin Clark. When other players are hesitant to mention her, even journalists at times are hesitant to mention her. And I say this from experience. A recent interview that has been going back and forth. Somebody didn't want to talk about Caitlin Clark. That was put there and bandied about. So these are real things that happen. It's not just made up by fans necessarily. And obviously, you've also seen, journalists or media personalities talk about the landmine tiptoeing nature of the topic of somebody who on the surface is the least controversial person ever. It's just a really weird phenomenon, especially with all the popularity that she's brought to the league. But in the past, Sophie Cunningham had also said some nice things.
So when you talk about the young girls that came in, Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, rookie class, really hyping up the league coming from college to the WNBA, what has that done for you and the buzz of this entire league?
I think it's so positive. I really do. I think it's a fun time to be a part of the W. I truly believe that. I think the skill and the talent has always been there, but now it's just the viewership. And so I give a big old clap to the rookie class. I think that's a lot to deal with when you're at that age and you have that many eyes on you. But I think they've done a great job in the league as well. I think the physicality and all that they're going to get used to. But I think especially Caitlin Clark, she's been killing it. And I'm a huge fan, and I never say that. But I think it's fun what she's doing. When it comes to viewership, man, I think a lot of people have a lot to learn about our league, but I think that's a really fun thing. And if you have really anything negative to say about all the viewership and everything that this rookie class is doing, I just think that you're not capitalizing on it and you might be a little jealous. So for me, I'm all for it. I'm about it. I love all this stuff. And it's honestly allowed me to meet people like Quest, to have a great partnership with genuine people and a genuine product.
Sophie Cunningham, Phoenix Mercury here on 3 Sports and on 3 Her. Sophie, good luck the rest of the way. Good luck in the post.
So I gave them the free plug there at the end before cutting it off. Not obviously the plug for the show I should have given, because that's where I took the material from. I meant the sponsorship that Sophie Cunningham was promoting there. But her thought process is a very healthy one, and it's one that I've obviously preached here. And I think the more people that embrace it, the better, because while any Clark fans who were crapping on the rest of the league and disrespecting the rest of the women, that wasn't cool. And there are other great players. The other great players should know that their greatness is being appreciated by more people. Their games are being seen by more people as a result of Caitlin Clark and, to a lesser degree, Angel Reese and the rookie class, and soon to be Paige Beckers and soon to be Juju Watkins. And now all of a sudden, like Sophie Cunningham is a name people might not have known before, and now they do. Asia Wilson is a name that is far more known, I think, across the realm of basketball fans than it was before. Doesn't mean she got better, but it means more people were able to see her play. Arike Ogunbowale in the All-Star game More people celebrated her moment there because of that and the increased attention on the WNBA. More people will be following college basketball this year because of the WNBA. Hell, more people may be following the NBA because of the WNBA. Angel Reese, big Reebok deal, her podcasts, everything. Congratulations to her. Caitlin's in her whole own universe when it comes to that stuff. But that's a trickle-down effect. The New York Liberty, the huge parade. Now, they were building a fan base themselves. Not to say that some of these places, the Aces had a fan base, the Liberty have a fan base, didn't have a fan base or weren't cultivating their own fan base. But the casual fans have grown. And it's just shown right in the numbers, right? You don't have to, it's not hard to miss. The draft, plus 328%. The regular season, plus 170%. The All-Star game, plus 305%. The finals, plus 115%. The damn pregame show, plus 80%. Now, some of that, again, was the finals were watched when Clark was gone. More people watched when Clark was gone. So that, some of it was the natural growth that was happening incrementally, but a lot of it was the growth of the new fans who came in to watch her and everything else they'd heard and stayed. Because they enjoyed the product, because they were invested. And women's basketball has a lot of that going for it, where people go from college to the pros because they're following the players that they followed in college, and then they're following them to the pros. And then you had more of that for the people who did come on for Clark and the Fever and decided, hey, I invested a lot of my time, a lot of my energy. I liked what I saw. I care about this now. Whether they express that explicitly or not, that's the inherent message. And then they followed along. And you saw that. And this is not something you get to put, the toothpaste is out. You don't put that back in. And, for anybody, the whole reason the CBA negotiations have leverage as those numbers I just showed you, along with the attendance. So I think a lot of fans appreciate Sophie Cunningham's perspective on this particular topic. And it's one that really should be appreciated across the board. Hell, I mean, even 60 Minutes. I saw this little note. 60 Minutes, the numbers were up for Caitlin Clark's appearance on that show. And that makes sense because I watched it and I hadn't watched it before. It's sure as hell in a long, long time. And there you have it. I don't know how many different times we got to say a rising tide lifts all boats.